Hello, all you animation and illustration lovers out there. I'm Duuz-Diz-Din, and welcome to another episode of Talking 2D. I'm here with my co-hosts.
The man with the iron giblets.
Yes, a real set on this man. And we are back again to talk a little bit of that goodness that we love so much. And it's a special because we are talking a bunch of anime today, amongst other tunes. So, first, let's begin with the newest episode of One Piece. Lay it on me, big boy.
Continuation of the Legend of the Goat, Kozuki Oden.
Sadness, happiness, tragedy.
Deep sadness.
Dude.
Horrid tragedy.
Although I have to say, Angry Oden was like so intense. I was digging it hard.
I loved it. Oh my god. That man was ready to kill. And I was there for him. It's like, yes! So do it, you motherfucker! Get him!
Like, even when, the one dude's barrier came up, I'm just like, shit, just keep grinding away at it. If you do it right, maybe it'll rip open.
That was my question. Because I don't think I've ever actually seen someone use hockey on one of those barriers. Do you think it would work?
That is an excellent point. I mean, damn. That's a really good question. But it begs the question why Oden wouldn't have done it when he was there. I'm just saying.
Yeah, seriously, what the fuck, Oden? What? Because I don't think I saw him coating his swords when he went a killing.
Nah, not at all.
He just said, "Oh boy, here I go a killing," and just gave them hands.
Right. But I mean, we ultimately find out why he didn't do the deed in the end, or at least try again.
The story's supposed to be tragic, and Oden was not the smartest man.
No.
We know this to be true.
No, really not. It is really unfortunate, because, like, a little too trusting on his part, and it's like, you would think that him being out in the world, he would have learned him something, but I guess some of that, insensibilities were still already too far ingrained within his being at that point.
Possibly. I mean, the man could have just been so upset, like he couldn't have been thinking straight. He was just like, "No, I don't care. You gotta die.
Right.
You gotta die. you almost killed my wife
Yeah.
and my children. You must die."
It's gonna be a hot minute before we see what happened animated, but dude, I'm already thinking about the next episode because that preview was friggin' fire, though.
Yeah, it was.
But
that episode's gonna be so full of that juicy, delicious action.
Yeah,
we love to see
the tragedy of Oden. Basically giving up his pride in order to save his people. It's a sweet gesture, if not ultimately senseless in the end. Yeah, I like the fact that they showed off that younger Shinobu who was indeed hot, which, was always treated like a joke, but it's just like, nah, she fine.
I would have hit it. Hit it till she couldn't walk. Shit.
But she was scoping that out, so we know where all that leads. But, like, the main event of that episode was the execution of Gold Roger, which was reanimated, but then also had a lot of other stuff included, which, I could talk for a while on that, so let me know your thoughts on that.
I was just like, I mean, where do I even start? Fucking that shit looked crisp.
Yes.
So crisp. And I honestly cannot wait until the dub gets to that point. Because I want to hear their actor for Roger just say it again with gusto! With a Gordon!
Do it with a ton!
Oh, I can't wait! I can't wait! Oh god, they need to get through Dressrosa.
Yeah.
They do. They're on their way. They're on their way, but they really need to get through it because I need to see Wano dubbed. I need it, man.
See,
oof. Just for that alone.
Dressrosa is a beast, but Whole Cake Island is a beast as well. So it's just like it's like two mountains you gotta get across. So it's just like patience is a virtue in this case, or you'll drive yourself mad.
Oh, I know. I can wait for it. I'm just saying, when it happens, I'm gonna be hype as fuck.
Although, two things I do have to say about the scene. It's funny because that scene is also kind of replayed because there's a similarity to that scene from back in Logetown when Smoker was actually telling his backstory about the day that Gold Roger was executed, but you also got elements of when Roger was executed in what was the one thing? I think it was the Strong World prequel that we also saw the execution of Roger. Or something like that, and you got to see like young Shanks and Buggy crying, and that was the first time we actually got to see Doflamingo when he was younger, and friggin' Gecko Moria when he looked like a badass, and
and not like a giant penis.
and not like a giant penis, and weirdly enough, only the back of Crocodile's head, which raises so many questions.
I'm just surprised by young Mihawk, okay? Because, like, this man walking around just like the handsomest man on the fucking planet with a big-ass sword on his back, like, bruh.
Right? So it's just like this, the whole scene combines two different versions of that scene. Because in Smoker's telling of it, Smoker's telling of it is like was originally completely different, and then it kind of I've been basically trying to canonize it because the whole thing about that Smoker was never really implied to be there in the manga. That was the thing. Like
in the original, or
in the original,
or in like the manga chapter.
In the manga chapter, it's never been implied that Smoker was there. Whereas in the anime, Smoker is outright saying, like, I was there when I was a young boy. Manga, he never even implies that he was there whatsoever. Like anime, you see a young Smoker. Hell, even here, you see a young Smoker. Manga, nope, nothing. Not whatsoever.
I mean, maybe that's just like Oda paying attention to certain details and being consistent. But yeah, I don't know why the fuck he didn't just make that a thing. But hey, we got to see young Smoker, and that was honestly the biggest surprise of all that. But then it's just like, oh yeah, he did say he was there. But like, I honestly forgot about it.
Yeah,
because Smoker has been. He's got some weak smoke. He has got some weak smoke.
He hasn't been a prominent entity, honestly, since Marineford, I want to say. Like, post-time skip, Smoker has, events after the time skip have not been kind to Smoker. Let's just leave it at that.
Yeah. I mean, even before the time skip, he was kind of like the butt of Monkey. He was the butt monkey of Monkey D. Luffy.
I mean, at least before, he had moments. Because, like, after his introduction in Logetown, where he was an unstoppable badass, at least when it came to when it came to Alabaster, it felt like, okay, this guy, he feels like this person who is a bit of a challenge to Luffy, but at the same time is a reluctant ally. He had importance when it came to Alabaster. And then when you got to Marineford, he was kind of a non-entity for the most part. He just had that one moment where he tried to stop Luffy, and it was just showing that it's just like, yeah, Smoker could still beat the shit out of Luffy. And it was only thanks to Boa Hancock that Luffy got away from Smoker. But after you get past the time skip, it's just like he's getting his ass kicked left and right. Like, damn.
Yeah, Smoker's, like I said, Smoker's got that weak smoke. He might need to switch his whatever the hell he's got in there.
Put some of that good kush in that rap.
Tell me about it. Christ.
Although
Smoker, you are.
I will say Stampede did a lot for him, even though even there it's just like it's just like that's non-canon, so you can't really do much with that. But Smoker and Stampede was pretty fun.
I feel like the movie gave us a chance to like explore in some aspects what certain characters can do with their powers. They didn't get like too inventive, just be like, hey, why wouldn't they be able to do this particular thing? It was that kind of thing,
Right. Which is always a fun thing when the animators actually think things through a little bit more.
Yeah, because, at some point, I like to think Oda will see that and just think, you know what? You're right. Why can't he do that? I'm going to keep that. Can I keep that? I'm going to keep that.
Another thing that was not originally a thing was that it originally wasn't a person who asked Gold Roger where he hid his treasure. Originally, he just said it. Like, that's the funny thing. It's just like that weird random dude who's just like, yo, Pirate King, where'd you hide your treasure? It's just like, yeah, dude don't exist in actual manga canon.
But that's why he is an absolute legend, okay? That was the legend who asked the Pirate King on his literal chopping block, hey, yo, where'd you hide your shit?
Yeah, and unfortunately, he's probably dead now.
Probably. I bet the Navy found him and was just like, no. You don't know what you just started. We have to. That man is probably sitting in level 6 of Impel Down,
right?
With everyone's respect. Everyone's respect. What'd you do? I started the Great Pirate Era. Bullshit. I asked the King of the Pirates where his treasure was before he fucking died. All of a sudden, everybody backed up like, all right, respect.
See, now that would have made a hell of a backstory for Douglas Bullet.
Oh, what? Make Douglas Bullet the absolute legend who asked about Roger's treasure.
Like, seriously, it's a far more fascinating backstory than he was strong dude from Strong Kingdom who joined military. Like, I'm sorry. Like, that would have been the most hilarious backstory for him. I would have loved every bit of that.
Oh, man.
Ugh. God.
Like, just picture that guy. Like, picture that guy going up against Buggy and Usopp.
The ultimate challenge.
The ultimate fucking challenge. Okay, we got way sidetracked. Let's get back to Oden. And I would love to talk about how much I enjoyed his song and dance.
I love that they made that a whole big thing, like a brief few pages in the manga, and they turned it into a whole song. That was fantastic.
Yeah. I love that it's kind of a reprise from the one he would do on Roger and Whitebeard's ships.
Yeah.
It's just like, all right, y'all want to see me dance and act like a clown, so here, let me dance and act like a clown. Let me just have some fun for y'all. You can give me some money, cool. I'm gonna go. God, you could tell he was trying to hide how much pain he was in. You could see it on his face after Kinemon is beseeching him, like, dude, what the fuck? Why the fuck? The fuck, bro?
It's like, I'm gonna need you to start explaining some shit to me ASAP, bro.
I can't. Don't worry about it. God, that shit was hard.
Yeah.
That shit was, like, I love that the children loved him, though.
Yeah, that too. That too.
Like, you know, the parents are all, no, you don't understand at all. At all.
You will never understand this legend. Do not mock this man. He embarrasses himself for your sins.
Boy. You do not understand. It's really that deep. I mean, like, people are gonna see. People are gonna see. Like, you know, if you're keeping up with this, then you'll see where we're at. If you're all the way at the beginning of One Piece and you're just like, I don't know what the fuck is going on, then
what the fuck were you thinking?
Yeah. I mean, if you're really intent on getting to this point that we're talking about, by all means, give it a try. But, you know, I know that the length of the series is a bit much for people.
Yeah. Understatement of the century. Like, once we hit that 1,000 episode mark, it's just like, people are gonna pass so hard. But, I mean, hell, Detective Conan case closes past 1,000 episodes, and that's still going strong. So, what do I know?
It's hard to say. Well, there wasn't much more to say on the episode.
Not really.
So, okay, no. One more thing. I understand that Higarashi's thing is supposed to be like a symbol of like abundance and wealth with kimono women. I suppose not kimono women. I saw this tweet on Twitter that explained her whole deal, and it's supposed to be like a status symbol thing. That shit just looks nasty, man.
Oh, like the makeup she's supposed to have on her face or something?
I mean, it's the black teeth.
Oh, ew.
That shit gets... Like, the makeup is fine, but it's the black teeth that get me.
Wait, what's the explanation behind that?
It's like some kind of cultural thing. I'm gonna have to look for it. Oh, God. I'm gonna have to scroll through my Twitter to find this. We should go on while I look for this.
Okay, other thing that about the whole Roger execution was originally it was supposed to be raining the entire time, but the anime originally had it where it wasn't raining, and in Smoker's flashback it wasn't raining and he got executed, but then when they did the whole everybody's here watching the execution, you know, Doflamingo, Mihawk, Shanks, Buggy, Crocodile, all that. It was the funniest thing because the second time you see that flashback in its entirety, dark clouds just go rushing in. Like it's just like we gotta get there, we gotta get there. It just starts raining immediately. That's always been the funniest thing to me because I'm just like, oh my god, y'all could have just overwritten that flashback, but you are trying way too hard to keep everything in line. But it's just like anybody who's been watching the anime for a long time, especially if you've experienced the fillers, there's contradictions everywhere. Everywhere. It's the most insane thing. Like Zoro, Mr. I've never cut steel before, has cut steel changed in a filler episode. Oh, we've never encountered a dragon before. Whole entire filler chapter where they dealt with a dragon. It's the most hilarious shit possible.
Yeah, that's what happens when they let the interns try an arc and they're just like, oh, we got to do a filler because why actually?
Well, it's one of those.
That would be my question. Like, why do we have to do a filler? I have to assume it's because they needed to, like, you know, pad out the rest of the season, because season 2 pretty much picks up right where that filler arc. But I'm sorry, continue.
Oh no, it's just a situation that's just like yeah, it's usually just to keep from catching up with the manga. That's about it.
I have to assume that's what it was, because I mean they were at episode 50 while the manga was at episode literally 100.
Yeah, it's weird.
Anyway, I found the explanation from the Library of Ohara. In the anime, when Orochi becomes shogun, Kurozumi Higurashi is depicted with white skin and black teeth, unlike her previous appearance. This is because in ancient Japan, white skin and inked teeth were seen as a sign of beauty worn by high-ranking females. Pretty cool touch. It is indeed a very cool touch. With Higurashi, it helps to make her look terrifying. But, oh my god, like, the real picture of an ink-toothed Japanese woman is kind of terrifying.
Oh god.
It's really just like, why would you do this to yourself? What about this is beautiful? Exactly. Not following. I'm just, oh god. I'm sorry. This shit is, like, I'm not making fun of culture here. I'm really not. It's just like I don't see why this symbolizes beauty.
Yeah,
That's just my uncultured American fucking attitude towards that, I guess.
Yeah,
Whatever you want.
I'm seeing it. Like, apparently it's a thing that a lot of cultures do, but it's mostly in Japan. And like, oh man, whole entire Wikipedia article on this shit. And I'm just like, yeah, that's not the one for me. Looks like you got a disease. Different.
Thank you. Thank you. Oh my god. Oh my god. Like what I'm like, I thought what I was saying was sounding like culturally insensitive, and maybe it was, but like, bro, that shit does not look okay.
It
doesn't.
It's ultimately comes down to cultural things. Like, hey, if it makes you feel good, like you have some form of significance in the world, more power to you. But just the culture we were raised in just makes that seem like that's a bad thing.
I don't know. Those teeth do not look clean to me.
Well, no, they're blackened like that. That's the whole idea. But ultimately, like, it comes down to the same thing with like gauging your earlobes and stuff like that. I would never do that personally, but other people enjoy that kind of thing. So I say, hey, more power to you.
You know what? That's fair. That's fair.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, that shit. Yeah. Let's just move on.
Hey, but I think that was it for the episode, unless you had anything else.
Nope.
All right.
That's it.
Amphibia?
Everyone be prepared. Yes. One last thing for One Piece. Everyone be prepared to cry.
Yes.
All right.
The
Let's get
tears
to
will
Amphibia.
flow. The tears will flow.